Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium, part 20 something. Don't really remember. Not sure what quest we need to do now. It's been a while since I played last. I know that we need to get our gun, but that needs to wait until 10 o'clock. So the question is, what can I do until then? Find figurines, not important. This one, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to help them open up the nightclub, but okay. This one too, not important. This one, I mean, three of them are connected with the boring stuff. This one I need my gun, I hope, and maybe more the helmet from the armor. This one is not possible anymore. I don't know how to do this one. This one would be interesting, but I don't know how to find this. Let's see if we can call the police station about the boots. I don't know. We've already done that, I feel like.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Not yet, but I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised to get back to me by tomorrow morning. 57.
In the cabin, you see
Okay, so we need to wait for that. The password for the computer upstairs, that would be interesting, but what can it be? Is it the same password that she had in the new computer? I don't think so, but we can try. Where's my flashlight? Seriously? Is my flashlight gone? Where did it go? I always had a flashlight in the tools. Okay, it's there apparently.
tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting nothing, something's missing. Nothing happens. Like a smooth draw, the speaker.
Good evening. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Good. Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please.
Really? She just used the same password?
Okay.
Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you to thank you?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldered. With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Exit. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule. In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Riyal, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Riyal, with only half of the game finished. Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor. Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists? It didn't. No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good. The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy. Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers, with their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches. It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Rial game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't. No, even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads. At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswaf Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor. The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again. So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined. Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
I don't want to know. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. I regret this.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest.
Relax, we don't have anything to do anyway. Enjoy.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop? Well, yeah, that, and the catastrophic data loss. On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Igaunian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day. When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss. Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Well, then it's your fault.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached. S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice-bear refrigerator, near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later. 4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Yeah. Why do I have to throw it away? I want to bring it with me.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay, let's go back to the program. On the way there, we can go to the pawn shop and see if we can find the figurine. I want Kim's jacket. Looks cool. Looks very 80s.
Hello again. How can I help you? Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive. Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on.
'Twas me.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
He shakes his head, slowly.
Sure thing. You
With Kim here too? That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip. But you know,
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Everard.
sure, man.
I want to find a figurine. How do I buy stuff from him?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
There we have figurines.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among...
big men on big horses.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
I want to buy one, not talk about it.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones?
Was that it? I can't buy one?
You see rows of toy soldiers got big men on
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used...
Hello again. How can I help you? I doubt it, but I can try and answer any question.
the pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Well, I guess we can't find a figurine here. I'm recycling.
Yes, what is it? The Swallow, you mean? What about... Great. Thanks. I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio copy.
She's making it extra simple.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly.
Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
She's the one who was responsible for that.
Basement? Sounds like it's tech.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing... We clear? Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course! Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. It doesn't emit, it receives. You sound just like her. She started praying when she first saw my rain. Turned to higher powers.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. So what I need you to do here is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the offsite copy. Alright? Thanks. And here's my Falsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It open. Yes? Thanks.
Okay, back again. What kind of tool is that? Okay, maybe I can open the container at the shipyard, or maybe even the door in the hotel with this. Let's try it out. Okay, I can't click that. Okay, first the icebox, then the hotel, then the shipyard. Then we come back here. Because I don't want to give away the tool before I've tried all of those places. Okay, I unplugged that ice machine. Let's hope the core or filament isn't damaged now.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams.
Let's see if we can increase our physical instrument first. Okay, that was all, I guess.
This orange machine is
We
dead
will
still.
fail this.
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzund multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before,
Yeah, what am I supposed to do then?
and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Okay, I guess we go to the hotel and the shipyard instead. That was very unsatisfying.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. The door doesn't.
Well, apparently I can't use it there. Let's check the backyard. I think there was a locked door there.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Well, that didn't work either. Let's try the container then. maybe the locked room in the hotel so I can get to the roof or something.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Yeah, but I have the tool now.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
What was the point of this tool? Equip this tool to open locked containers in the world. Well, apparently not. Is there other containers I can open or what? Well, that was a waste of time.
A rusting no screech of crane does not.
Well, we can report back to this lady at least.
Oh, hello, dear. Their goodness. How is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging body's foul. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her. The door is closed.
Okay, can't open that either. Nope. Well, this multi-tool was worthless. Nothing in here.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn, it's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far. This door has been closed with a padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
Well, I can't.
It's a solid lump of... The lieutenant is concentrated on the hallway.
Okay, can't do that either. There's nothing to do. If only I could find the helmet Kuno kicked into the water. That would make me happy. Can I borrow your boat to look for the helmet?
You're back. Good.
Apparently not.
Officer,
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day? Oh, sweet.
do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal.
And then you stole her from me.
It's okay, officer. You might have just saved René from a heart attack. Sweet, sweet Jenny. She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Died. No use.
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and bait.
He suddenly remembers you.
Of course, officer. Memory? Sure, officer. No, thank you.
Nothing
I
interesting.
like playing in the dark. There's nothing for you to understand here. Absolutely not. She died of pneumonia. Revachol Fair of 91 in the Forberg district. This was the happiest day of my life. I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweet...
The Ikeda operation was a 7-year campaign, during which suzerain Guillaume's army forcefully united the people.
I won her back. But while I was dealing with some
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you,
I...
those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quick...
Yes?
This is my new objective, apparently. I guess we'll just have to wait for 10 o'clock. I guess we've been here already.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better in the civilized...
No.
Don't you call her? Yeah!
Right. You might have found the one person who doesn't know you are the law, given how drunk he is.
Abigail. Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's... You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Don't call Abigail!
He snorts and beckons you to lean in close.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail. Don't call...
The worn and beaten...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
What?
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Well, if you don't let me sit down, then I'm just gonna collect bottles. I'm gonna get rich here. What is this? There's no thought here. It's just empty.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer.
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Ah, yes, my empty brain.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. Probably something that is no longer there.
Well, we won't waste that now. Almost missed this gold mine. Missed one.
see that seagull up there remind you of anybody? What? Kim?
I don't know.
No, it's you. You. You and the seagull are just alike. Think about the seagull's story. It's one of endurance and adaptation. The seaside was paradise once. Then their paradise became shit city. And what did they do? They became urban survivors, eating burgers out of trash cans, killing and eating pigeons. No time for that sentimental bullshit. They're hustlers, getting shit done. They're one pair of track pants away from gangsters, just like you. Own it. Steal hot dogs, shit in the sand, whatever it takes to keep going.
Hello again.
This is not gonna work, but I have nothing to do.
The device is cold to the touch.
Nice. Do you know anything about tattoos?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? An installation. Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
It was your idea.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yes, that is a pity, but...
Well, I think we'll end it here, and next time I'll make sure it starts at 22 so we can actually do a real quest. Thanks for watching and see you next time then. Bye for now.